the last video, we talked about how you can think about intervals on the ukulele. Now, in this video, I want to talk about what happens when you invert an interval, because this also helps. Like, knowing this really helps. So what do I mean by that? So what do I mean by that? For example, let's take a look at this interval. This is a minor second interval, right? Or a semitone. What happens when you invert that? That means instead of starting from C and then getting to D flat, you get to you start from the D flat and then you get to C. What is this interval? Well, we know that this is an octave and this is a major 7. So we have discovered that when you invert a minor second interval, you get to a major 7th interval. Yes, right? Now you can do this for all the other intervals and then discover all the patterns yourself. But basically, let's take a look at. I kept saying let's take a look at this interval. This is a major 6, right? Now, what happens when you, instead of starting from E flat and then getting to C, you start from C and then get to E flat? So this is a major 6, but the opposite of that would be, this is what? We know that this is a major 3rd, so this is a minor 3rd. So that means when you invert a major 6th, you get minor 3rd. Now, basically, what you can do is when you have a major interval, all right, you can essentially, what happens when you invert it is that it becomes a minor, and then you have to make sure that the numbers add up to 9. So let's say you have a minor second interval, then when you invert it, it becomes a major 7th. Likewise, if you have minor 6th interval, then when you invert it, it becomes a major 3rd. So you just have to flip between the minor and the major, and then you just have to make sure that the numbers add up to 9. So like 2 and 7 or 3 and 6. And when you invert a perfect 4th, you get actually a perfect 5th, which is actually beautiful. And when you invert a perfect 5th, you get perfect 4th. So perfect 4th are the opposite of perfect 5th. The perfect interval, it just remains perfect, basically, because it's perfect. Yeah, and what else? Okay, when you invert a tritone, you actually get to a tritone, which is fascinating. So let's say you have this one. This is a tritone. Essentially, you could kind of view it as like an augmented 4th. So an augmented just means like one semitone up. So you shift you shift the 4th, the interval of 4th. You augment it. It becomes a tritone. So a tritone, you could kind of view it as like an augmented 4th. When you invert that, you start from here, then you get to C. It's still a tritone. You can verify it for yourself, but when you invert a tritone, you get a tritone, which is kind of, and actually that, like, enables us to do something like tritone substitution kind of stuff. So like this property of tritone, lets us, do some stuff, basically. Yeah. But you don't have to. I don't think you have to worry too much about the tritone stuff. Yeah. Well, yeah. The biggest takeaway is that you can just invert the interval easily by using the formula that when you invert a minor, it becomes a major, and then you just have to make up. You just have to make sure that the numbers add up to 9. Essentially. Yes. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.